most of us, a national defense budget of $240 billion seems unreal. But a small part of that budget, far less than 0.1%, is here. The USS Grove, one of the Navy's new guided missile frigates, built in Bath, Maine, launched last spring, leaving her final yard period to join the fleet. USS Stephen W. Groves, hull number FFG 29, 447 feet long, 3,585 tons, 140 million tax dollars to build, more than $1 million a year to run, home to 14 officers, 15 chief petty officers, and 153 enlisted men.
Relieve the watch on deck section 2. Well,
it's based on a 15 knots of speed in 15 minutes. It's about 7,800 yards.
Being situation, recommend maintaining course and speed.
Captain of the USS Grove, Commander Philip Bozelli, Annapolis graduate, master's degree in international politics, Harvard Business School, Fulbright scholar, sailor for 16 years, talks about what the taxpayer gets for his dollar.
They're getting a very capable hull. I remember when I was first in the Navy in 1966 and serving on my first ship in 67 off the coast of Korea at the time the VC-124 had been shut down. And I was on an old World War II destroyer, and we were put up on picket station up north. And I was very uncomfortable. The ship was built in the 40s with the technology of the early 40s, late 30s. And I was in a very vulnerable position at that time because I didn't think I could do much. Since then, I'm very comfortable. I'll take this ship anywhere right now because I believe I not only can defend myself very nicely, I can defend others, and I can project power.
Projecting power is what the Grove is about. Her job is to protect other ships, such as aircraft carriers, from aircraft and submarine attack. Her lifespan in combat could be measured in minutes if the British experience with the destroyer Sheffield in the Falklands is any example. But with luck and peace, she will operate for the next 30 years. 30 years made up of the daily work of all sailors. Despite the ordinary work of tending engines and standing watches, her men do know that their home is really a weapon. As their captain says, a platform. For them, life aboard has a double meaning.
A lot of times discuss whether we're ready or not for it. Personally, we have our own lives together. If we realize what could happen.
I like what I'm doing right now. I don't thought about getting shot at. Doesn't worry me.
Yeah. You have to kind of figure that if everybody does their job and does it right, that we should be ready for the situation that comes up.
Recently, we were discussing the issue in the wardroom as what is our purpose in life, or what is our goal as individuals in the officer community, and the sentiment is no longer that is to go to war. That's the last thing any of us really wants to do. We feel we will have failed. The idea of building a sea power and being professionally competent is that no one's going to take you on. He's going to be reluctant to test you. And if he does test you, then that means he misunderstood how strong you really were, or he thinks you're weaker than you are. And, we like to think we're strong.
And if the time comes when the Grove is manning her station in the protective screen around a carrier like the USS Nimitz, operating off a possibly hostile coast, the defense budget debate will come down to $140 million for the Grove against more than $1 billion for the Nimitz. 180 men balanced against 5,000. And if an attacking aircraft slips through the screen, the hours of maintenance, the man-years of watch standing will compress into instants of action.
He's about 5.5 miles out. That's one up, pop-up bearing.
Question, Mr. Bring the bird to the rim.
Air solution valid.
Launch control line.
CWI radiate.
Combat launcher bringing E-type missile to the rim. All clear top side. Start clear launcher.
The Grove is one of 526 ships in the Navy, a Navy that will build 124 more ships in the next 4 years. Some of these ships, like the Trident submarine and nuclear carrier, are at the center of the defense controversy. Whether the books will balance for the USS Grove is still a question.
I think you have to do more in numbers. I think there's a danger that complacency sets in, and having been in the Navy for 16 years, I have seen it during that period, how we've gone from interest into disinterest. My seniors have probably seen it for a longer period of time and better appreciate the problem. We have to keep up in numbers and in technology. I'm not all that sure people appreciate how things change very quickly and how expensive it becomes to upgrade. I believe civilians are seeing it now with the computer industry. The computer you bought a year ago is almost obsolescent now, and you've gone to something smaller and it costs more. And if you don't do that, you're behind the power curve. The Navy has an intelligent way of approaching it, but it's a function of what we all as citizens of this country expect from sea power. We have paid a great deal of money over the years to build sea power and build ships. The result is not how they perform in combat, I think, as much as the fact that we have avoided war for an extensive period of time. That's the payoff.